Clever Cuban indeed. Arhilagos right hand, but he's letting Dusmatov actually come onto that shot.
And Dusmatov just walked him onto a good southpaw right jab. But what is noticeable, obviously, immediately looking to attack as he switches to the southpaw stance and looking for his own punches rather than adopting this posture, which he does so often for the first minute of a round. Right hand wasn't too far away from Arhilagos. Dusmatov targeting the southpaw left. It was partially blocked by the right glove of Arhilagos.
See, both boxers here can't afford to make mistakes. Once you've landed the shot and then you're on your way out, you've got to get out quicker because your opponent will come back. You're against an opponent who's equal in terms of the quality and the level of boxing that these two are at. But if one of them makes a mistake in that they land a shot and on the way out they do it too slow, then they get caught. So you can't afford to make any type of mistake against this class of opponent.
Beautiful left hand from Arhilagos after he made his opponent miss as well. Tucking up tightly, looking for single shot success. Left hand was a little bit long. Dusmatov scores with a good left hand to the body.
And that was a perfect example. Arhilagos just held his feet after he landed his shot, and that allowed Dusmatov then to work the body. And again, look, he's got to move here, Arhilagos, Ronald. He's just holding the feet a little bit too long. When he's in and out, he's difficult to hit. When he holds his feet, Dusmatov lands those body shots.
And cries of Hасанбой, Hасанбой as Arhilagos grins his gum shield contemptuously in the direction of Dusmatov. 10-second clapper sound, but it's barely audible here in the Hamburg Sporthalle. Dusmatov with a forward foray, and the boxers ending this first round in a clinch, a round of high skill in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, very good boxing from both lads in that round. Dusmatov started quite well, but Arhilagos came back into it, and when he did get on his bike, hitting and moving, such a hard man to nail down. When he holds his feet, that allows the little man in blue to land those body shots. Here's Dusmatov just trying to land that left hand there. Good body shots in. That was better, see, from Arhilagos. Just nips out after he's landed his shot, gets back to the safety distance, safety zone. Another good shot there from the man in red. It was a close round, wasn't it?
So we're into the second round in this light flyweight gold medal bout between the best two light flyweight boxers in the world. This is the third meeting between the two of them as Dusmatov scored effectively to the body to be countered immediately by the same shot from Arhilagos. The two previous encounters have come in World Series boxing in Season 5 and in Season 7. And in both of those contests, it's the man in blue who has been declared the winner. He gets through with a long southpaw left there. Arhilagos switching to the southpaw stance, hands down by his belt line, making Dusmatov miss, but didn't make him pay with a counter.
Occasionally you can draw Arhilagos in, and we've seen him hold his feet a couple of times in this tournament, but it's horses for courses, and you have to pick the right tactics. And like I say, when Arhilagos is hitting and moving, then he's a much more difficult opponent to hit when he's holding his feet, and that's where Dusmatov has got to try and pin him. He's got to try and pin him on those ropes and just restrict that movement a little bit. Then he's going to be more successful, the Uzbek.
And he's coming looking for him with that southpaw left once again as both boxers standing in the pocket. Pecking, poking jabs landed by Arhilagos, who switches southpaw once again and gets through with a long southpaw left cross. Approaching the halfway stage of the second round. Good left jab landed by Arhilagos. But comes forward, does Dusmatov, and pins his man square to the ropes and got through with a good left hook to the body. Yeah. See those gloves embossed with the word final. Special memento for the boxers, just reinforcing that they are indeed contesting World Championship gold here at Hamburg 2017. Long right hand was a good shot from Dusmatov, and he tried the same one again. Nicely evaded by Arhilagos. Straight left to the body is a good shot from the man in blue.
And because Arhilagos is moving the way he is, see, that's better now from Dusmatov. See, Arhilagos there just had a lapse in concentration. Gets back onto the ropes, and then that brings Dusmatov in. You've got to hit and move. You must hold centre of the ring against Dusmatov and move around him rather than moving backwards onto those ropes. Just occasionally, Arhilagos just takes his eye off the ball, and then he gets caught here and there.
Good right hand to the body from Arhilagos, but again, it's Dusmatov who is on the front foot as Arhilagos dodging, darting left and right on the ropes. Countered with a good right hand, but was caught by a left on the retreat from Dusmatov. Dusmatov with a salvo as he comes onto the front foot once again. Closing seconds of the second round, and when Arhilagos adopts this posture, invariably Dusmatov works away to the body with accurate punch picking.
Yeah, another close round. Arhilagos scoring with some lovely shots. His movement is excellent, but too many times in that round for me. Held his feet, got caught with some silly shots really, and his corner won't be happy with that.
Well, there's a resident of Hamburg now, the man who won super heavyweight gold for Ukraine at the 1996 Olympic Games, and recently retired heavyweight champion who lost his final contest in an absolute epic at Wembley Stadium. That's Dr. Steelhammer Vladimir Klitschko, an interested observer here at the Hamburg Sports Halle, and he's witnessing a terrific contest.
Arhilagos there, some good movement. Just gets caught as Dusmatov comes forward. Arhilagos, when he's on the move, difficult man to pin down. But when he holds his feet, that allows Dusmatov in on the inside. But good work there from the man in red.
Arhilagos electing to stand. Dusmatov taking a seat on his stool and getting those legs worked on as we prepare for the third and final round. So we're into the third and final round then, in this third installment of this enthralling rivalry between the best two light flyweight boxers in the world. The man wearing blue is the reigning Olympic champion. That's Hасanbой Dusmatov from Uzbekistan, the tournament #2 seed. The man in red is the reigning defending world champion from Doha, Qatar 2 years ago. And the 2 rounds to this point have seen some exquisite skill demonstrated by both boxers as Dusmatov gets through with a good right hand. So much thought going behind each attack as the boxers are trying to work and fashion an opening that they can exploit.
When Arhilagos is on, he starts to concentrate a lot more. His timing and his boxing skills are exceptional. They really are. He just nips in and counter-attacks a lot of the time. He actually beats Dusmatov to the punch, but that takes really precise timing. It takes an excellently skilled boxer to do that. He is very skillful indeed, is Arhilagos. He just lapses in concentration occasionally, and he gets caught.
Dusmatov again is the boxer getting onto that front foot, trying to walk his man down, and you've made the point throughout the tournament, Richie, that even if you are a back foot maestro, occasionally you have to demonstrate to the judges that you can force your opponent backwards. Not only is Arhilagos moving to the side, he's spending a lot of time moving backwards. We saw Iglesias yesterday at the semi-final stage produce a masterclass of moving to the side and driving an incessant front foot boxer backwards. Nice evasive maneuver once again from Arhilagos, but he couldn't evade the follow-up as Hassanbой Dusmatov came with a 2-phase attack, and the second phase was effective.
Yeah, Dusmatov is starting to get through with his shots. Arhilagos again holding his feet. He's willing to trade. It's a lot of single shots coming from the man in red, whereas Dusmatov, he's throwing more 2s and 3s, and I just think it's the wrong tactic there for Arhilagos. He's taking him on at Dusmatov's own game, and he shouldn't be doing that for me.
Holding his feet once again before getting onto his bike, Arhilagos. Counter right hand went over the head of Dusmatov. Dusmatov's backhand was short by some distance. Closing seconds as again both sets of supporters cheering on their man. Concentration remaining absolute between these two as they look to produce a quality finish that will resonate in the mind of the judges. Dusmatov bobbing, weaving, picked off by a good left hand there from Arhilagos.
Yeah, he just waits, doesn't he? He waits for that precise moment, but Dusmatov comes back more. You see, again, Arhilagos did some good stuff, holds his feet, gets caught to the body, and it's as if it's a stalemate then, Ronald. And what will the judges prefer, the movement of Arhilagos or that front foot boxing from Dusmatov? It's a close one, this.
It most certainly is. My goodness, the best two light flyweights in the world have just produced a terrific contest in the gold medal bout here at Hamburg 2017. There are the fans of Hасsanbой Dusmatov, an abundance of Uzbekistan flags in evidence here at the Hamburg Sportshalle. He gave it absolutely everything. So too did the reigning champion from Doha 2 years ago, who's going to be declared the winner by the 5 judges using the 10-point must system.
Some excellent boxing from both boxers in this round. The timing from Arhilagos with those counter-attacking moves was tremendous, it really was. But Dusmatov, he threw volume, definitely went to him. Occasionally Arhilagos lapsing concentration, holds his feet. Close one.
The winner by split decision. In the red corner,
it's Arhilagos. Joanis Arhilagos is absolutely ecstatic. He has retained the world championship that he won in Doha 2 years ago. He gets his first victory over Hassanbой Dusmatov, and the reigning Olympic champion comes away with world championship silver in a contest that was incredibly close. 3-2 to Tiny Giants on the scorecards, and he sings to the